Hey, Flexy Not Bendy number 21. I've got your mobility hip flow for you on the floor if Clone will let me. But this one is one of two that we're going to do. This one would be considered more of your easier, gentler one. Okay, if it doesn't feel like it, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You're just going to keep trying it and be, give yourself a little bit of a break and understand that any sort of that pulling sensation and tightness you feel around the hip mobility is part of the nature of this drill. If you didn't feel anything at all, that means either you're not doing it correctly or you're way beyond in your hip mobility to even need this. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, it should feel tolerably uncomfortable, strange maybe, but again, we're working on the mobility of your hip joint. Okay, so this is not so much a muscle stretch. You might feel some all around your glutes, on the top of your hamstrings, depending on your own body, and all of it will be fine. Just take it easy, take it slow. You're going to go as fast or not, not fast, but as flowy or as slowed down as it works for you, and it may be different from day to day. So I kind of need to be right here. Okay, so we're going to pull from a lot of the ones that I've shown individually, except we're just going to start with the butterfly, flapping your wings here, just to get ourselves a little bit warmed up in case you're doing this cold. So we'll take the soles of the feet together, and in this case, go ahead and bring it as close to yourself as possible. Hold on to either your toes or your ankles. Hold on to it so that you could get yourself as tall as possible, okay? And just try to relax into this. Again, you're going to take this for a longer period of time than I'm going to run through it. But you know what? Maybe we'll try to go real time, okay? So we're just going to flap the wings here. Oh, it's just that I really don't want to go over time. Then I have to either redo it or edit, okay? And I don't edit really. So, all right. Flapping the butterfly wings. So we're just getting a little blood flow going, getting our posture nice and tall. So we're forcing ourselves into a nice posture here so that we could get that intention when we let go of this and we're trying to remain upright for the rest of the flow. All right, so flap, 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 flutter, 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 okay? And that's it. Now we're going to place our feet flat on the floor. Most of this is going to focus on keeping that upright posture, chest up, and if the chest goes in any direction, it will be forward, okay? And I'll let you know when we rotate. So we want to stay upright here. And remember, your hands could be up front, floating in front here, or in order to support that upright posture, or if you need it, the hands could be behind you. Okay, so sort of a natural open leg position here to start, that we're just going to take both legs and windshield wiper it, okay? So focus more on the knees dropping down, okay? Don't worry about how much your hip is lifting or shifting, okay? As long as your focus is on the knees dropping down to the floor, okay? And if you need to sort of shimmy and reset, that's fine, but we're just going to windshield wiper here. I would say do it 10 times total at least, okay? Always remember to exhale on the drop. Connect that exhale with relaxation. Okay, so once you've done about 10 drops here with the windshield wipers, we're going to do the half shin box. We're going to take the knee drop. okay, to the inside. So here you're going to have to readjust your feet after you try it a couple times. You want that knee drop to happen right on the inside mid-sole, okay? So hold yourself up if you need to, drop that knee. Again, trying to put the intention on dropping that knee to the floor, even if you have to put pressure on it to do so. So again, we want to do this about 10 times through. And again, hold it for longer than I'm doing it. Or if you want to do it at my pace, make it more of a flow, up to you. After this, we're going to take a quasi shin box or 90 position and go ahead and rotate to one side. So you are going to bring your body with you. Because this is about a 45-degree angle in the front, you are going to be about 45 degrees, okay, from where we were here. So now this is our chest up and forward position. From here, we're just going to do the rotations, okay? So we'll just take our fingers and go ahead and rotate our torso with us, not just the hands, and tap. And you're trying to see if you could tap more and more behind you. I would just rotate about 3 to 5 times here. Then we'll switch sides, okay? And just repeat the same thing here. Then I would do the switch again about 2 more times. Again, take it a little bit more intentional or intentionally paced than I am. Again, exhale at the end. Next, we're going to come back to the center and do the bear sit. So the bear sit was a fairly wide position of your legs and letting your knees sort of flop out, taking the foot with it. So the first thing we're going to do is pick a side. We're going to go to our left. It will be the left knee that drops to the floor first, as if that's the only thing that we're trying to move. Once you hit that in range, then we are going to have to rotate the body in order to bring that back leg with us. And here we are trying to get into that full 90-90, okay? So I would have to reposition my foot. My bear sit should have been a lot wider. As long as you're feeling it in the hips, that's fine. You'll feel it also as a stretch on your glutes if your glutes are tight, or it might shift to your inner thighs. It's fine. It depends on your body, your day. So just still focus on pressing that knee towards the floor, okay? We'll transition from this bear sit. So come back to bear sit, spend time being tall here. And again, now we're going to intentionally drop that right knee as the lead, and then we'll come back and get to 90-90. So we're trying to still be upright, okay? And feel it in the hips. So we're doing both external and internal rotation on these at the same time. And then let's do the transition, about 2 or 3 more sets, okay? So once you're done here, then come back to the quasi setup, quasi shin box or 90-90, and see if you could get down. So first just do a retest to see if you could rotate a little bit more. And this time, get your chest forward first, hold that, then get your elbows down, chest still up, and then walk your elbows down. See if you could bring the chest all the way down without rounding your back. That's what you're working towards. And you would do the same thing, test it out here. Can I get a little bit more rotation, and then work on that chest going forward. So tall, forward, and then after a while there, elbow down, and then after a while here, walk the hands and try to get the whole chest to basically rest on your thigh, okay? Or wherever you land, right? Just to let that passive hold happen. Okay, so after that, we're going to, I'm just going to shift. You don't have to. After that, we're going to go into a couple of final, a little bit more dynamic drills. So you could leave these out if you just want something that's much more of, if you could just leave it at where we just left it and complete that, or if you want to use this then as a mobility warm up, then you could add these two. The first one is a figure 4, so you'll have to do it one at a time. So lock that knee, lock that leg across, have it on the high ankle on the thigh, and flex that foot. So you want to again get tall. This time you're going to feel that engagement here just by being tall, maybe bringing that foot heel closer to your butt, but the dynamic part will come when we take the hip off the floor and move it forward. Set it, tap it down, move it forward, okay? Or you could tap all the way down, reset your intention, and do it again. And then you would do the other side, okay? And again, each side is gonna feel different. High ankle, right underneath your knee. Get that foot flat on the floor. Get yourself tall. Feel this stretch, and then bring it up. And rock the hips forward, set it down, and repeat that, okay? I would do about 6 reps on each side. Finally, we're gonna get down to the bridge reach overs, okay? So you could continue on, and this would be the final move. So we've done the reach overs before. We're gonna engage the abs, posterior tilt, engage the pelvic floor, come up to a nice bridge, squeezing your glutes. Then you're going to take one arm and reach above in the opposite side, okay? You tap your butt down. That was one side. Exhale as you tap. Do the other side. You're gonna do this for about 10 reps, all right? So that will actually, the last 2 moves will actually get your heart rate pumping, your muscles warmed up in further than just around your hips, right? You get a little bit of upper back mobility, definitely a pump through the glutes. Oh, and then of course some arm work. All right, so that was your mobility flow for the hips. Number 1, you've got one last one left. That's going to be a little bit more intentional. Definitely one to do as a warm-up. All right, give it a go.